guys, I'm Nikki Sizemore. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel. So we are heading into fall here in the Hudson Valley, and that means one thing: apples! It is apple season. We are surrounded by apple farms, and I'm always looking for new, delicious ways to put all of these apples to use. And I've got to tell you, today's recipe is one of my favorites. We are making an easy, gluten-free skillet cobbler. This cobbler is assembled and baked right in a cast iron skillet, and it's the easiest cobbler you'll ever make. So we're gonna do away with the traditional biscuit topping, which is usually a classic biscuit that needs to get rolled and folded and the butter gets incorporated. Just brush that aside. Instead, we're going to top this cobbler with almond shortcakes. So easy to make, and they have an incredible, almost marzipan-like flavor and a super tender texture. They pair perfectly with the caramelized, jammy apples that are in the bottom of the skillet. Top it with a scoop of ice cream, and it's just one of the ultimate apple desserts, and it's so simple. I'm bringing you this video in partnership with Domino golden sugar. This is the sugar I use in my house.
It's a less processed sugar with a hint of molasses flavor, and you can use it as a one-to-one swap for white sugar in any of your baked goods.
Here, we're gonna use the sugar to caramelize the apples, creating a sticky sauce in the bottom of the skillet, as well as to sweeten the shortcakes.
And we're going to sprinkle a little bit of that Domino golden sugar on top of the shortcakes for some extra crunch.
So I don't know about you, but I am getting really excited to get baking, so let's head to the kitchen. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of my gluten-free, family-friendly, and most importantly, easy recipes. Also, if you click the notification bell, you'll be notified every time I post a new video.
Let's start with that almond shortcake topping. These are made entirely with almond flour, so they're gluten-free and grain-free. Add sea salt and baking powder, and then just whisk these together. You want to make sure that you get rid of any clumps of almond flour. And that's it for the dry ingredients. So let's move on to the wet ingredients. We have 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of the Domino golden sugar. Then we're going to add a splash of almond extract, and this is going to boost that almond flavor. Pour in some melted butter, or you could use coconut oil if you want to keep these dairy-free. Whisk this up, and now let's combine everything. So make a well in the center of the dry ingredients, add those wet ingredients, and then we're just going to stir it together until everything is evenly combined. I like to switch to a spatula and just fold until you get a nice thick batter. That's it. It is time to make the filling. Melt 2 tablespoons of butter, or you could use coconut oil, in a 10-inch cast iron skillet and add thinly sliced apples. Toss the apples in that melted butter to coat, and then let these cook, stirring occasionally until the apples start to soften. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of that Domino golden sugar, along with some spices. I've got ground cinnamon and cardamom. This is gonna start to smell really good. And then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is all we need to create a sticky sauce at the bottom of this skillet. Continue cooking until the apples are soft and the juices are syrupy. Then spread the apples in a single layer, and now we're going to add that almond shortcake topping. And I just use an ice cream scoop. It makes it so easy. You could absolutely use 2 spoons and dollop it on instead. Use your hand to flatten the shortcake slightly. Then we're going to brush the top with heavy cream, and this is just going to help them brown in the oven. You could brush them with an egg wash instead if you prefer, and then sprinkle the top with some more of that golden sugar. This is going to give us a beautiful crunch on top of the shortcakes. Transfer the skillet to the oven, and since we gave it a jump start on the stove, it needs less than 20 minutes to bake. Bake the cobbler until those shortcakes are golden brown on top. At this point, you guys, your kitchen is going to smell like heaven. I like to serve this easy gluten-free skillet cobbler still warm with those caramelized apples at the bottom of the skillet and a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. Oh man, this is so much easier than an apple pie or than a traditional cobbler, but I promise you it is just as delicious. You've got that cold ice cream, those warm caramelized apples, and then that tender almond shortcake. This is a dessert that is just as fitting at a fancy dinner party or holiday as it is at a casual weeknight at home with your family.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You can grab the full recipe at the link below. I'll also include a link to my website where you can find a ton of other gluten-free recipes. Thank you again to Domino Golden Sugar for partnering with me on this video.
You definitely want to give this new Domino Golden Sugar a try. It has a distinct hint of molasses and you can swap it into any of your white sugar recipes.
Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Be sure to comment below and I will see you next time.